This video is to show you how to complete Geography and Economies of the 13 Colonies. This was a 2-day lesson, so this is the first part of it. There's some vocabulary that we're not going to use really today in this lesson, but I want to go ahead and make sure you know. So you're going to turn to page 15 in your packet. It's going to look like this, and I just want you to write these definitions in so we can make sure we're on the same page. The word arid means dry. That's all you've got to write in. There's a deodorant called Arid. It's to keep you dry. The word moderate means in the middle, kind of, sort of. The word mild means the same thing, in the middle. You're going to write that in your packet. You should be on page 15. Think about salsa. The mild is not the spicy. It's not the, just tomatoes. It's in the middle. And then export, I want to make sure you know this word. I want you to think sell. A lot of times we think like exit. When something exits a facility, it's being sold. So export, sell. And we're not going to use this word really today, I don't think. But again, I want to make sure we're on the same page. So you would write in these definitions. And if that word ever shows up and it bothers you, you can go back here to remind yourself of the definition. You're going to need today also besides your packet, you're also going to need Schoology again for some maps. So I need you to turn to page 16 in your packet, and it's going to look like this. We just looked at this as a class and decided where we would rather live, because the 13 colonies has definitely grown, and we talked about why we would pick which place to live. And that's going to happen with the people who are actually moving to the colonies. There's reasons why they're going to move where they are, and it depends on the person. The next thing you're going to do, turn to page 17. To complete 17, you have to get on Schoology and you have to use the maps. This is very basic. This is extremely low level, but it is very, very important. So this is a map of the 13 colonies. So you're going to need to go on Schoology. You'll go to your class. You will go to Geography and Economies, because we're on page 17 and it's 15 to 18. I'm going to click on this assignment and make sure I click view. It'll come up immediately. If you did not press view, it's going to download the PowerPoint. It's going to take forever and it may not work. I'm going to zoom out so I can see better. We already talked about this because it's in our packet. So we're going to map the 13 colonies. We had Jamestown and Plymouth. I'm not teaching you one by one every town. We are going to fast forward, almost 100 years through history. Here are 13 colonies, and you are simply going to become familiar with them by mapping them. Step 1. So you are on page 17 in your packet. You're going to label each colony. So your packet page looks like this. You're simply going to label them. You see this one right here? Let me show you by putting a line. This did not copy well, but this goes right here, okay? Just so you know. So this box goes with this shape right here. So use this map right here to be able to label the map in your packet. That easy. And then you're also going to list each colony in the correct region. Do you see how this is yellow, pink, and green? And so it tells you New England, Middle, and Southern, because they split the 13 into 3 different regions, which is like an area that has something in common. So to kind of help you out on your packet, there's going to be 4 you label here, 4 you label here, and 5 you label here. You can literally get them from this map right here in Schoology. A nice colored and clean and easy to look at. Okay, so once you've done that, you're done with page 17. So you're on to step 2. So everyone turn to page 18 in your packet, because that's what the directions in Schoology say to do. Guess what you get to cross out? Number 6 and 7. So look at page 18 and cross out 6 and 7. You don't need to do those. Got it? Okay. So now we have 1 through 5, and we need to answer these questions. We're going to do that by using all these maps. There's a map that tells you the dates that the colony existed. So Virginia, 1607. Pennsylvania, 1681. So the lower the number, the older the colony. And that's going to help you with answering number 1 right there in that box. And then you have colonial America. This has like where the Appalachian Mountains are, some other physical features. We have an economy, cross that out, think money. Money of New England in the middle. So this is how they're making their money. And here's a little key with the pictures. If I can't see it too well, I can just zoom in like this to make it easier. I have the economies of money of the Southern colonies. So I see how they make their money. The religion, and I might need to zoom in on this. What are the religions? I'm going to use the key to kind of see what religions are where. This key up here. Let me zoom back out. I have a map of the settlement patterns in the colonial region. Don't worry about this page. We'll talk about this later. This is a way for you to memorize what colonies are in what section. And then finally, step 3, you'll click on this link. It will take you to Cetera, where you can practice where the 13 colonies are. That is what we did for one day, and that will complete because using those maps, you answered all these questions. If you're struggling on 1 through 5, just try your best to answer those. But it's using those maps. You'll answer number 1 and 2 also, and then you are done for the day for this part of the lesson. If you have any further questions, just ask your teacher.